Hey, what's up? It's Tommy. I'm doing a weekly insight, more of like a, yeah, we'll call it a weekly, monthly insight, something. We'll figure it out, the name as it goes, because I'm going to keep doing these month by month. Right now, I'm working on March. It's March 2nd right now. I'm doing this video. Well, it's actually March 1st. It's the night of March 1st, but I'm putting this out on the 2nd. Um, Stuff's moving, stuff is shifting, stuff is really crazy. I'm excited for the new moon in March 6th. It's gonna really push a lot of people, and Mercury is going into retrograde. They think it's sometime in the first week, but it might be the second week of March. But that's gonna be retrograde until almost the end of March. So Mercury is in Pisces, and it is also retrograde in Pisces season. So that's gonna be a huge, big, more of a, I don't want to say miscommunication, but it's going to make people communicate in a more dreamy way, in a more natural way. I'm a Pisces. I vibe. Supernatural. Having a cute time. So I started working on this before, and I kind of wrote a few things down. March is Pisces season into Aries season. They always say March is the lion and the lamb, but I really see that like full like flip, because Aries is such an aggressive, like, take action. Aries ruler is Mars, and Pisces ruler is Neptune, is that like dreamy whatever. So I feel like Pisces being that lion per se, really like closing out the 12th house. Like Pisces, the 12th sign is the last sign, going into the first sign, taking action. So you're really making your dreams a reality. Pisces are the dreamer, Aries is that action. So I feel like March is always taking that action instead of letting that action take you. But I mean, it works both ways with the lion and the lamb, and then the dreamer and the ram. So I was starting to draw cards, and I was thinking, validate yourself, make yourself valid, make yourself feel good, prepare to succeed. When you prepare to succeed, failure is not an option, and you really push yourself towards that, and you don't stop. I feel like March is going to be a very bold month. It's going to drive a lot of people. It's going to push a lot of people to open up their minds and really create. Because 3 in numerology is creativity, and I feel like March is that month where people are going to really make their dreams a reality. The first card that came up was the Empress, but it's the 3rd card in my deck. So from that, I got that 3rd month thing. So I was really vibing with it, that creativity, that thing. But the Empress is beauty, it's femininity, it's abundance. So I feel like the natural way for Pisces to communicate, for anybody to communicate in this time, is just really with your heart. Say it with your heart. Know what you're going to say. You don't really have to. Just let it flow freely like water. We're fish. We're diving into the ocean. We're living this little fantasy. We are pushing through our dreams to make action, so to speak. This first week is really just like flow. I guess that's what I could say. I'm going to draw some more cards. And this is still on the first week of March, so I'm drawing some cards for all of the signs. Aries through Pisces for the first week of March. Oop, I just had a card spin out. And it is the King of Swords. So watch how you speak. That was very that how we think and communicate. Ooh, I had a couple more cards fall out. And that very much validates what I was saying with the watch how you speak. So I have the 10 of Swords and the Knight of Staffs with the King of Swords and the Empress. So it's that femininity, it's that creativity, it's you need to speak your mind, but you need to speak directly. Don't beat around the bush. I know it's really easy to do that. It's really easy to try to, I don't know, try to work it out in like a different way. I'm trying to word it nicely, but you just have to like speak directly. You can't beat around the bush. You can't fight your words. You have to just know what you're saying and believe it wholeheartedly. You validate yourself. You know you're valid. Nobody else has to validate you. As long as you know what you're saying, then you should be good and people will understand you the way that you need to be understood. But don't let what other people are saying, if they are not thinking how they speak, or if they're not speaking how they think, they're just kind of free flowing, not really making any sense, just kind of being an asshole, so to speak. Don't let that weigh on you. Don't let that hold you down. Like, keep moving. You know you're speaking the way you need to. You know you're communicating the way you need to. You know you're thinking about what's going to push you forward. And as long as you're thinking about that, you should be good. The Knight of Staffs is that journey. It's your journey and your creativity, though. And your creativity and your willpower, so to speak. I feel like Staffs is wands, and that's fire. And that's your drive. Again, with this first week of March, I feel like it's really gonna test your creativity, the way that you think, the way that you communicate, and kind of push you into a better state if you let it. The second week, we'll move into that. Actually, I have some more cards for the first week. I have my zodiac sign, tarot. I really don't. Either way, hey, whatever. So I'm gonna draw just probably like one card, and this is like planets and zodiac signs and elements, different things like that. It's just kind of like mixed into this. It's really pretty. The zodiac signs are just, oh, they're sickening. Oh, there goes one. It's fire. So I feel like this first week you really have to like light a fire under yourself. Really have to create something. It's fire, it's creativity, it's your willpower. Get it going, keep it moving. Let's go, Sandra. We've got things to do. The second week, which I think is when Mercury goes into retrograde, you have the Ace of Coins. So that is some potential. That's pretty good for you. I guess I'm speaking like first person, like I'm doing a reading with somebody, because I really don't do this on video, but like I'm speaking in general, I guess. So I feel like a lot of people are going to have the ability to pick up the abundance in the second week of March, but it's those people that take advantage of that. Because there could be, if you don't take action, then there's no way that the action can be made. I can't remember what that person usually says. It's like, people usually say, you never... So if you never take action, then you never have made that chance for yourself. You never put that best foot forward, either way. But I know the second week is also going to be a little bit hard for people. We have the Virgo card. We have moving inward. Kind of like self-reflecting. Really like looking at yourself and being like, okay, so I could really change some things about myself. You have the Fool, which is very the Pisces card. Very like, we are living our naive fantasy. We are looking at these pretty things and we are not paying attention that we are about to fall off this cliff. The Fool card with the Hermit card. Some people could even be going inward and not realizing it. Kind of like pulling away from people and not kind of like checking themselves. Kind of like going inward to not even self-reflect, but sulk in a way. Being a little pouty. But then you have the World. So, girl, it's good. It's Gucci. Go inward, live your fantasy, do what you have to do. Don't pay attention to what people have to say about you, but also know your boundaries. The second week should be fine, as long as you know. I guess you don't even have to. It's not even as long as you know. It's more of a. If you are in the mindset that you are going to succeed, then you will succeed. If you take what the world is kind of bringing to you, the second week of Pisces season, second week of March, a lot will be better for you. If you take the advantages, then things will work. I guess that's a whole lot to say. The second week is that's something. You have a Taurus energy, so very earth energy. Give me 1 second. So Taurus is I have. So as long as you have the mindset, Taurus is also like the Hierophant card. And that's I like pretty things. I like to have things in my possession. It's your money, it's your values, it's the thing. So the Ace of Coins can be what you value, and you kind of like realizing that you value things a lot deeper than you used to. And that gives you the world, in a way. Then you also have the Mercury card coming out while it's out here being retrograde. This month is going to be wild. We're going to do the third week of March. So going into Aries season, taking that action, that drive, something to propel you. We have the King of Staffs, which is an Aries, I guess. But it's also that mindset you need to have. That I'm good, I'm pushing forward, I'm living my life. I can have people if I need them, but I don't really because I'm doing me. The Page of Cups and the Page of Staffs. Girl. The Page of Cups into the Page of Staffs. That's what I feel like these came out together, so I'm going to use them as one card, but it's very okay for you to have fun with this. It's okay for you to move in from an emotional state to a very action-oriented state. As long as you don't act out of emotion, but act from a dreamy, heartfelt place, then I think you should be good. As long as you're taking action where you know it's needed, not just irrationally going out and doing something crazy. Which I don't think you would, as of that time you have the Seven of Staffs. So, choices will be made. As far as willpower goes, you have to make that choice. Which direction are you going? In the bottom of the deck for this, I don't want to say a spread because I'm just like pulling out cards, kind of living my fantasy, is the Devil. So that's your shadow self. It's your attachments. It's things that you're holding on to that could be a little toxic. But then there are also things that could ground you. Maybe when you go in week 2, go inward as the Hermit, you look at your shadow self, you look at your addictions, you look at your sexuality, and you really reflect on that. But you are still fun and playful with it, like a Pisces would be. Like a Pisces would be. You're fun and playful like a Pisces would be. I think this is all just embracing your femininity, embracing who you are and how you can dream and be playful, but also still stand tall and be a powerful being as a human being. If this doesn't resonate with you, I am dearly sorry, but maybe this message wasn't for you. Make sure you listen each month. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos. I'm thinking about doing everybody's like individual tarot card readings for this month, but I might not do it for this month. It might be an April thing. It might be more of an Aries season thing. Okay. So you have the Gemini card, which is Gemini's ruled by Mercury. That's Gemini is your communication. It's how you think. And in that first week, you have this way you need to communicate. You need to kind of check yourself. Scorpio is I create. So in this third month of creativity and fire and kind of like a drive, so water to fire, like Scorpio is going to be there, is that life and death and creativity. So that Scorpio energy coming in with that Gemini energy is you're literally thinking and speaking what you want into existence. It's time. You're good. You have the sun, which is that fire, is also a very Leo energy. Leos, they know what they want, and when they want it, they go for it. Even if it's toxic, even if it's bad, they know what they want and they fuck it up. They really do it. Every single time. And that's why people draw themselves to Leos, is because they vibe off that super driven energy they have, and they know that Leos can help manifest the things that they need to manifest. I really think I went over these super well, as far as I can tell. I hope you like this video. I'm just gonna start making videos, reading tarot cards, things like that. I'll probably post as the screen cap or whatever the spread that I did. It's really messy. I free flow read a lot of the time. So I'm just shuffling cards and feeling the vibes. I usually write things down of how I'm feeling about this month. And I'm really feeling this drive, this bold push. Validate yourself. As long as you know your intentions are good, then that should be it. Thanks, dog.